Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brightops, and welcome back to Shadow over Loathing. Let's see, there's some hobo code printed on the tail fin of the mob submarine. The code reads, disappointing lack of sandwiches inside. Oh well, forewarned is forearmed, I guess. Through this porthole, you can just barely make out a chart on the wall of the submarine. You strain your eyes, but the chart is either slightly too far away, the submarine is slightly too dark, or some combination of these two factors. Let's have a closer look. Now you know. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is not even a little bit how magnifying glasses work. And to that I reply, what are you, the optics police? But wait, I interrupt you and respond. No, you are not the optics police. You are a cool detective. How can you tell, you might ask? I can tell by the magnifying glass, because what cool detectives do is that they use magnifying glasses to learn things, and you're about to learn what it says on that chart. I apologize if I lost track of the quotation marks in that last bit. Got into the weeds a little with the whole hypothetical conversation thing. Anyway, this is what the chart says. Torpedo tube pressure 19 psi. Good old 19 psi, classic pressure valve. Let's see. Through this porthole you can see the darkness inside a submarine. In a way, a submarine reflects the darkness inside all of us. The hatch leads down to the submarine. Down we go. See, torpedo including the period. The wheel on the hatch is struck fast. No amount of grunting or straining will make it go round and round. See, this pipe is clogged. Unclog it. There you go. Some Russian clogs. A dancing Russian plumber's favorite and least favorite thing. Adds a kick when you're rushing to places. Okay, no, we don't want to go back. Let's see, this hatch leading to the submarine's lower deck. Hold on. Big tower with the labeled internal pressure. 19. You hear a small burst of steam as the pressure changes. You open the torpedo tube and recover the mob's shipment of booze. Barrel of tequila. There's a snake in the barrel, bottom, with instructions to cut it up into worms if you're redistributing the tequila into bottles. Okay, the submarines must have used the steam to do their laundry. The washer contains a very nasty hat. Mildewy sailor's hat. There's nothing more aggressive than a sailor who's angry that the hat is all gross. The back half of the submarine is blocked by an impenetrable tangle of roots. You open the hatch to discover that the lower deck is completely flooded. You'll need some kind of breathing apparatus if you want to go down there. Which I have. I clicked the wrong thing. Hats. Diving helmet. Down we go. Oh, we could also do some fishing. We'll do that later. These torpedoes have been ruined by water. Somebody should have just damned them. These crates have been crusted shut by freshwater barnacles. Ironically, this is a crate of rust remover. The lock on this lock box has rusted away, making it a regular box. We got a pile of silver. You know what? Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Climb up. Put the hat back on. We're going to fish. You can't fish through the closed door, and it closes if you're not holding it. Let's see. There's a periscope, which is a device for looking at guys named Perry. No Perry's on the horizon today, Captain. Alright, what's on the to-do list? SideQuest. Don T. Do-do-do. Ralphus wants you to find 11 radios. You've tested 5 so far. Let's see. Bus stop. You check the messages. Call them back. Hello, and oh dear God, what the hell is... Okay, yeah, it's Dutch. Alright. I don't know how to pronounce Dutch in the slightest. English. Dutch is nearly English. Endeavour to not be so culturally unsophisticated. It will impede your personal growth. Anyway, your submarine boost is safe. Bravo, you are certain to enjoyify it. It is our newest vintage. Your next assignment will be to renovate an elderly and formerly abandoned radiophonic transmission station. Renovate it? Renovate it such that it no longer contains any vampires. We are apprehensive of the possibility that they will use the equipment contained therein to drop eaves upon our private communications. Well, I certainly wouldn't wish that on anyone. But whatever, I know the place you mean. I already cleared the vampires out of there. A fortunate revelation. Your expediency is really off the chart, so to speak. Your payment shall be delivered to your bed-adjacent furniture forthwith. You hear someone opening the window in your bedroom. Swell. Well, might as well. Fancy Dan. Found this case of tequila. Yep. Talk to him. Buy him a drink. A few minutes and a few sips, he clears his throat. When the hen's away, who watches the eggman? No, that's not even going to pretend that makes any sense. Let's see. The problem is I know I'm meant to be looking for radios, but I have no idea where the hell to even start looking. Uncursing machine. See, you sit in the chair, which is surprisingly comfortable, and pull a weird metal dome thing down your head. What would you like to uncurse today? Remove your geese. Hey Jessica, does this thing get rid of geeses? The plural of goose is just geese. Why do you have geese? No, geese, like a curse kind of. Oh, well then. Sure, probably. Your fingers hover over the uncurse's controls. Do it. Inside the contraption you feel a whoosh, a plop, and a little pain, not unlike having your ears pierced, and indeed there's a spurt of pus that follows the procedure, though not from where you think. The geese is gone. Swamp geese. Oh yeah, we made a deal with the swamp person, didn't we? The key jumps up to the roof of the dome and sticks there, shaking and keening. That's the sound keys make, against the metal. The lights in the store whine, flicker, and then cut out completely. Dang it, wait it out. Only when the power is out does the key calm down, give up the most audacious part of itself to the machine, and drop back down in your lap. Light returns to the store. Fix it, we had a spare light bulb under the cap. That's the uncursed key. Putting that terrible key in a chain has rendered it decorative. The key's cursed link is in the machine. It is itself an arcane lock, to be solved only by a protection of the consciousness. Let's have a look. Okay. I have assembled everyone just as you asked, Detective, the victim's wife, and the two men who were present in the passenger car at the time. I confess the truth of this murder continues to elude me, but no doubt you will soon enlighten us with your great powers of deduction and observation. May I expect the body again? No, that wouldn't be fair to the other passengers who haven't got a look yet. I see, but I will tell you again what I know. At 13 past 11 a.m., the professor dropped dead in his chair after sitting down with his wife for a cup of tea. At that time, Mrs. Rukensi and Mr. Andry, fuck, I am bad at pronouncing things, were the only other passengers present in the car. Mr. Perry returned later. The rest I leave to you to deduce. Detective, I need a moment. Okay. See. Niccolo Andretti, a businessman. The businessman Andretti adjusts his cufflinks. I told you, I've never even heard of this man. I know of Badgerworth College, of course, it is an excellent institution, but I don't know he was a professor there. Now, come on, let's not delay our journey further. I'm traveling with 19 suitcases of exotic rubber to make new and exciting wheels at the factory. Detective mode. You closely observe to see what you can deduce. Exotic rubber, huh? No doubt from the jungles of Almodova, whose local brand of nicotine I smell on his collar. Of course, the rubber plants of Alvadora don't just yield material for bouncy tires, but an odorless poison, lethal when drunk in hot tea. But why would this man admit the murder of a stranger? I suspect the answer lies in the resume on the table and the name printed on it. Martin Perry. Let's see. Let's try this. The victim's wife. The widow Rue dabs her eyes with a handkerchief and embroidered with the words mourning rags and wipes. A moment's privacy, please, Detective. I have had nothing to do with my husband's death, and no reason to want him gone. He was a kind man, not a rich one. Everything he made, he spent on the roulette tables. He owned over 700 of them. It's the largest collection in the world. We've been traveling to Yorobador Linda so the mayor could give my husband the key to the city, but that won't happen now. You deduce that you should make some observations. Sometimes the simplest answer is the correct one. She says she had no reason to wish her husband dead, but the chemical stain on her couteau and the fingerprints on the window above, which she opened to dispose of the murder weapon, tell the tale more truly. But the nose reveals even more. Observe the zigzag pattern on the medical cleft below the nostril. It's called Petrum pelletrum, and it's a rare genetic condition she shares with Martin Perry, her son. A youth. A young man is absent-mindedly, but methodically, assembling and reassembling a fountain pen. It's as I said. Yes, the man was a professor of mine at Brugerworth College, and yes, he gave me a C and a D. But that's no reason to kill a man, wouldn't you agree? Besides, at the time of his death, I was in the lavatory, trying to figure out what all the bits and pieces do. The perfect alibi, wouldn't you agree? Deductive observations ring about your mind. He's right, a mere C and D are no reason to kill one's professor, but is that the whole story? Observe how the boy tinkers with the fountain pen and the train lavatory. He fancies himself the mechanic, but he wouldn't get a foot in the door of that profession if his C and D stood for card dunce. Nobody would be able to hire him, unless the professor who awarded those ignominious grades died. In that event, every grade he ever gave would be voided, and that this young man could take a plum job in car manufacture and start earning the big bucks. Let's see, See, train coroner. Yes, Doctor, tell me again what you know of this case. Let's see, he was having tea at that time with the only other passengers in the car. Mr. Perry returned later. The rest I leave up. Okay, let's have a look what we've got. I have solved this murder. It was never in doubt. Detective, now tell us. Tell us all what happened here. Actually, hang on. So... What do we know of this situation? So, what do we know again? Let's see. Sitting down with his wife for a cup of tea. At the time, he dropped dead in his chair. Okay, so he was poisoned, which points to him. We know that she wants him dead, and Martin could have potentially want him dead too. It was never in doubt. Now tell us all what happened here. The victim was poisoned by Niccolo Andretti. What? Cretino! Please, all will become clear. Let's see, the exotic poison from the rubber tree. Out of jealousy, was to shut him up to pick someone or something. To avoid Martin Price's car dunce grade so he could make tires for Mr. Andretti. Preposterous. To give a D for... I'd give a D for Donkey Detective. Careful now, don't be a fool. You were gifted with great powers of detection observation. Now come on, use them. No, that's not how... I must take my leave. So apparently no, that was not the situation. Let's see, doesn't yield material for bouncy tires, but an odorless poison. Lethal when drunk in hot tea, but why would this man murder... I expect the answer lies in the resume on the table, and the name printed on it, Martin Perry. So... Martin Perry is applying for a job to Andretti, who wants to make tires. And Martin wants to be a mechanic. But if Martin can't get a job due to being a... Detective mode. Let's see, plum job and no one would be able to hire him. Huh. Let's see, let's try this again. He was poisoned by Yes, Martin Perry. With exotic poison from the tree. Out so he could make time to avoid his car dance. No, idiota! I'd give that a D. Careful now. Let's see, let's try this again. Apparently no. Poisoned by... Let's see, poisoned by her with... Let's see, out of lust, out of greed, out of jealousy, out of for revenge, to protect someone or something. Okay, hang on. Let's see, Umaratu from the rubber tree to avoid cars so he could make tires for Mr. Aretti. Young Martin Perry dreams of working on cars, and his fresh ideas excite Mr. Andretti, who runs a tire factory. But Master Perry's professor has effectively blacklisted him as a car dunce, unemployable. What to do? Kill the professor, of course, and void that audacious grade. Here the plot becomes most wretched. Master Perry's mother, Ruskunsky, marries the professor and arranges for him to be present on the very same train as Master Perry and Mr. Andretti, who supplies an undetectable poison administered by Miss Rowe. Al voila, no more professor, no more car dance, but there is one thing our three conspirators did not count on. Me. I'm not ashamed, any parents here would do the same, as would any manager seeking new talent with interesting ideas about tires. If you call someone a car dunce, you're branding them for life, and you're responsible for anything that happens next. How awful, all three of them all in together. Tell you what, detective, at the next stop they can all get out and take the bus. A sick business. Quite so, but a wonderful feeling, I think, to be possessed of great gifts, great powers of deduction and observation, and to use them. Here's another, a gift, that is. Call it a reward. A gift from a train coroner, or a dream in a dream, or in something. Take the ring. Nice ring, isn't it? Look what rewards a cure to the powerful. Look how the world itself reveals itself at your touch. Must take my leave. Let's see, the young man is absent-mindedly but methodically assembling and reassembling a fountain pen. You're really good, as the papers say, detective, to snuff out my C and D grades stood for car dunce. Yes, I put the whole plot in motion. Of course I did. Getting called a car dunce ruined any shot I had at a career in wheels. But a man's entitled to make a living, wouldn't you agree? This was the only way. The widow dabs her eyes with a handkerchief. I admit, detective, I poisoned my husband. Oh, but spare me the reproach. Wouldn't you do just as I did if some scoundrel of the ivory tower branded your son a car dunce? No. Then I dare say you are not a parent, sir. And finally, I confess, detective, I supplied the poison that killed the professor, but wasn't it worth it? Look at this resume of Martin Perry. Look at these interesting ideas he has about tires. Bouncier, globular, backwards. Is the life of one man worth more than bringing new and innovative wheels to the world? Yes, I did it. I did so I could hire Mr. Perry, and I would do it again tomorrow. Don't lie, detective. You would too. Okay. The curse remains unsolved. See, tell me again. You already have your answers. As you does, the professor cut back. Something is wrong here. Like, curse remains unsolved. Mysterious L ring. Let's see, leave. Let's see what this does. No. 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 Let's see, something is wrong. Something is... What am I missing? I know I'm missing something, I just don't know what it is. Oh yeah, we already did that particular radio. And I believe we had a... Yep, bag of money. Your success in the swamp-driven mission performances are not going unnoticed. The boss is duly impressed. Yep, we got a briefcase full of... 2 briefcases full of meat. Wonderful. What? Dang it, what are we missing? Here we go, detective mode. A quick glance at Charles' shoes reveals that the handyman suffers from Webster's toes, in which the toes are identical to those of dictionary editor No Webster. Elementary, my dear myself. Okay. Any serious reader of court records knows about the boy who tried to win Jessica's heart by buying her a zoo. They were 13 at the time. Ever since, he's been in juvenile debtor's prison. Don't doubt her further with this memory. Fancy Dan is a nickname. His real name is Fennel Daniel. The insight comes slowly. Perhaps the ring is less effective the further away it is from where the curse resides. Okay, Barnaby. Oracles and those who set store by them are a superstitious cowardly lot. Were not the priestesses of Delpha fed wisdom by interested priests and politicians? The advent of the logical, rational detective followed the dark age of spurious oracles, as did the triumph of man over ape, and you tell Barnaby this. Burp. The insight comes slowly. Perhaps the ring is less effective the further away it is from where the curse resides. The boy with the grill has a distinct cadence. One he shares with the anomalous editor-in-chief of Sit's underground human magazine, Horse Sit. As for the boy in the jacket, why, he has the same eyes as Sit's professor of practical nepotism. Is the poor child nothing more than a walking experiment? The insight comes slowly. Perhaps the ring is less effective the further away. My powers of realization are a gift. Gabby, you observe close to see what you can deduce. You've noticed Gabby make furtive scribblings when she thinks nobody is watching. From a glance, it appears she's working on a version of Pride and Prejudice, but with zombies. What is the... I feel like there has to be... Victim was poisoned by you. With exotic? Out of sick curiosity. What are you doing, detective? You already solved the case. You were given great power and you used it. Don't you remember? Don't you remember the ring? You're being foolish now. Hold on. Unless... Hold on a second. My powers of observation are a curse. But that... No, apparently it does not count. Let's see. Texas Instruments. Ten things I hate about you. Hi, my name's Brighthouse. Pleased to meet you, I'm Albert. Why aren't you wearing a hat? Have you ever heard the phrase, familiarity breeds contempt? Gotcha. Detective mode. The name of the store is an allusion to Shakespeare's Taming of the Cat True. The insight comes slowly. Perhaps the rain is less effective further away from where the curse resides. Yep. Bye. 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 Loose free, huh? Albert breams with pride. Just so. This is not some back alley haberdashery. A loose has never made, and never will make, its home in one of my hats. I give you my word as a businessman. But hey, you must have some loose hat in the back, right? Sir, you insult me. I do not traffic in loose hats. Really, that is quite offensive. Come on, you can tell me. I would lose my license for what you suggest. My goodness, I don't wish to discuss this matter any further. Yeah, we can sell some bars of silver. It's frustrating, because I feel like I'm missing something with the whole go to bed. Damn it, I hate leaving a curse unfinished. But I haven't the faintest idea where to bloody start. We'll get some sleep, we'll see if dreams help. A disconcerting dream. Today, October the 20th, 1902. My diary. Write today's entry. This diary is property of Margaret, however you pronounce that, age 9. All others get to keep out, under penalty of law. Dear diary, yesterday our dog Daisy died. Papa said it was bound to happen because she was older than me, which isn't old for a kid, but is really old for a dog. He said we'll get a new dog soon, but I was sad anyway. Some birthday. At school today, the teacher asks what we want to be when we grow up. I'd said I'll be God, because then I can make sure all the dogs live a long time and are always happy. Everyone laughed, and that jerk Billy Grisbly said a girl can't be God. So I said I'll be president instead, because that's nearly as good. He said a girl can't be president either. Well, I'll show him. I'm gonna make all kinds of laws about being nice to dogs, and I'll make being a jerk illegal too, so Billy Gisby goes to jail and can't eat nothing but bread and water forever. So there. So your desk covered in Ocean City paperwork. Let's see. Poindexter, your insufferable bean counter. See what he wants this time. What isn't Terrence? Madam Comptroller, I merely need your signature on these budget revisions. With this, the remainder of funds currently allocated to municipal services will be redirected to your shadow presidential campaign and your other projects. That sounds a bit obvious. Rest assured, I am only sparing you the details, which you have made quite clear to me that you find intolerably boring. The transactions will be meticulously obscured through shell corporation cutoffs, offshore accounts, and the like. Alright, good. You'd better not be skimming more off the top than I'm willing to ignore. Certainly not, Madam Comptroller. Let's see, it's time. One of your PR luckies, carefully trying to be just unafraid of you enough to tell you what not to say in public. It's time to record the announcement of your candidacy for Shadow President. Alright, attention peons. Ah, geez, don't call them peons, man. Or please try for a less totalitarian tone generally. Alright, so something like... My fellow citizens, good evening, I am Margaret... Bleh. That's weird, the levers went all funny when you said your last name. Don't worry about it. Hereby announce my candidacy for Shadow President. Vote for me or else. Nope, sorry man, no. Start by explaining who you are. Most of them probably don't pay much attention to local politics. Alright. In my role as Ocean City's comptroller, I have made it my mission to eliminate waste and grift in the city's finances, make sure you all get exactly what you deserve, rob you suckers blind for my own nefarious ends. Ma'am, are you funning with me? It feels good to tell the truth once in a while. Won't get you elected, though. I suppose not. Let's see, in my mission to eliminate waste and graft in the city's finances, and I am proud to say that I have been completely successful, though my program of shutting down needless wasteful civic programs thereby reserving your valuable taxpayer meat for the things that actually matter, ensuring none of you have the time or energy to protest my actions, forcing you to live in desperate squalor like the rats you are. Okay, feel better? Yeah, it feels good to get that out. Swell, let's get the real one now. Right. Ensuring none of you have the time to protest my actions. They probably don't want to hear that, ma'am. I suppose not. Also, that's more of a convenient side effect of your policies rather than their basic purpose. Oh, that's a good point. Okay. Reserving your valuable taxpayer meat for things that actually matter. Things like family, prosperity, and freedom. Or ultimate power. They'll assume you mean for everyone. Yeah, no way. Okay, things like family, prosperity, and freedom. Perfectly meaningless. Love it. Okay, then just to call an action to top it all off, and we're done. A vote for me is a vote for you. A vote for me and I'll pay you 100 meat. Vote for me or I'll destroy you. Haha, ma'am, come on. Haha, sorry. A vote for me is a vote for you. Ooh, that's great, just perfect. Good, is that all? Yeah, we'll add all the legal, this message blah blah blah, campaign for Shadow Prison stuff in post. Great, I'm out of here. Time travel makes my guts itch. Let's see, this guy is a yokel even by the standards of his time. Mayor Burby, I assume. Yes, who are you? I'm here to speak to you about the Crystal Dream Valley Dam project. I want you to make the dam bigger, and much more powerful. Here are some revised plans. A dam this large would flood the valley and displace hundreds of people. And besides, the dam as planned will provide a perfectly adequate amount of power. Why would we need to make it bigger? How about a handshake agreement? What? I don't even know who you are. You want me to agree to this on the basis of a handshake? Specifically, I'm offering you the chance to shake hands with the handle of this large briefcase filled with meat. Oh, well now, yes, I think that this new plan is quite viable. Good. Let's see, this desk is carved with from a single block of tedium, a rare raw elemental form of boring work. There's a sheep in your office? What the hell? Turns out that a lot of the presidential's time is spent on ceremonial bullcrap that nobody actually cares about. Case in point, parting the Thanksgiving turkey. None of your aides know what a turkey looks like, apparently. Bah! Pardon the damn thing anyway. Your desk, covered in policy documents both malevolent and malign. There's a note here about going back in time and making the Crystal Dream Dam bigger. Gotta get on that eventually. Your ridiculous court wizard isn't taking the situation seriously. Make it clear to her what is required. Giving a progress report on the sit thing. Have you taken care of the problem yet? Oh, it's so dreary and unfestive, though. There, all that math and science, it isn't jolly, holy or jolly. Screw your damn theme. Your entire job is dealing with magical issues. I won't have that do-gooding interloper messing around in the library. There's too much at stake. Get it dealt with, or I'm giving Crimbo's federal holiday status to the freaking groundhog. You wouldn't. Go! Get out of my office! Let's see, 6 lockers. Some dumb jock kid you have to give a presidential fitness award to. Get it over with. Hey kid, how's it going? Hi? Brilliant. Alright, but the power invested me as the Shadow President. Here's a reward for being able to climb a rope faster than most other kids, which is definitely important, and this is a great use of my time. Thanks. Do I give a speech? Whatever, I'm out of here. This miserable beast. President Strong, make rich. Yes, I know, and yes, you don't have to remind me of the terms of our 2-word agreement. You're keeping your people mean and hungry? Yes, warriors mean, warriors hungry, good fighters. That's right, you're my ace in the hole. This stinking mud hole. If I need to use force, so you'd better stay on top of things if you want to once you're make rich. If you want your make rich. Keep everyone worshipping at the Gator Shrine too, but for God's sake don't mess with the stuff in the basement. If you screw anything up down there, it will turn you into wallets. Got me? I get? Good. Duty calls again. This useless oaf. More damn paperwork. How come nobody told me being president is all paperwork and talking to idiots? Sorry, man, but the unwashed mash has got to be kept in line while we amass power. Yeah, fine. I hereby sign this order declaring July the 12th National Bread and Circuses Day. All citizens get a complimentary dinner roll and a free turn at the nearest suitable trapeze. Ma'am, I ain't sure that... Who cares? Let Coolidge deal with it. What's he even for, anyway? This is all beneath me. Storm out. Hellstorm, what does he want? Alright, Hellstorm, let's hear your report. Everything's fine and dandy, ma'am. I don't exactly understand what this shadow energy stuff is exactly, or why you want so gone down much of it, but the converters are spraying it out slicker and greased mice out of a Gatling gun, with plenty of slag left over to press into those weird monsters you like. Finally, some good news. So you'll meet the project deadline? Yes, though we'll need to expand the oil drilling operation some more. Need you to sign this permit so we can expand it into lots 210, 240. Sure, whatever. Wait, 210 to 240? That's a problem? My family's farm is 223. Ah, well, ma'am, if you're wanting your weird black juice, we gotta get the regular black juice out of the ground first. Alright, fine. Sorry, Grandpa. Enough of this. Step through. Oh yes, we could also probably, shoes. Yes, Russian clogs. Yep, we will... You got a sickle from a signal. Wait. We got a signal from a sickle. You know, the farming tool thing. It's over at Grey Country somewhere. Mostly nothing but farms there, but there's a store that's been open since forever. The owner's name is Jasper. He knows Maury. He'll probably help you out. Here's a map. Grey County placement map. In lieu of a map, Jessica has given you a placement from a restaurant in Grey County. Location found, Jasper's Feed and Tuck. This is a dinner placement. It literally has a map of the county right in the middle of it. Oh, I'm just impressed that you found a way to give me an actual map while still also giving me a thing that isn't a map. Alright, pick up a message pad from the phone. It's from Don T. Hey, this is Benny One Tongue speaking. What happened to Dung Telbarone? Sore throat. You bright-ups? That's me. Okay, here's the deal. We left a bunch of stuff in your nightstand. There's some books we need cooked, some documents we need forged, and some evidence we need doctored. Once you're done with all that, dump them in the sewer grate outside the antique store, and the boys will handle it from there. Got it. Nice talking to you, Benny. I mean that. Sure thing. Open the drawer and see. That's the uncooked mob books, unforged mob documents, undoctored mob evidence. Okay, how do we... Needs medical attention, uncooked page of raw financial data. Well... Actually, Jessica. No, we'll leave her alone. Well, until next time, my name is Bright Ops. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.